We are the Acts of Conquerors, and today our focus will be on sex education. We will be visiting homes to see people's views on the subject matter. So join us as we see what Jackie has to say about it. What is sex education? Sex education revolves around instructions or teachings in relation to human sexuality. These include, but not limited to, safe sex, reproductive rights, age of consent, and sexual abstinence.
Hello, Mrs. Jackie.
Hello, dear.
Thank you for having me in your house.
It's a pleasure.
Mrs. Jackie, what was the worst thing you did as a teenager?
Okay, the worst thing I did as a teenager is coming out of the club and entering a car with someone I don't know,
Whoa.
just because he wanted to give me a lift.
Uh-huh.
So when he passed the first entrance of where I was going, I thought he would take the second one, but he still passed. And when I asked him, he spit more. So I had to open the door and jump out of the car without even considering that another car could be coming or not.
Wow. So did you sustain any form of injury or something?
Yeah, I had a lot of bruises. I think I still have some scars somewhere.
Oh, I'm
My
so sorry
knees
about
and,
that.
yeah,
So sorry about
Yes.
that. These are the crazy things we do as teenagers. What is your take on sex education?
My take on sex education actually is due to the fact that we are now in a world that is speeding.
Yeah.
And everything is on the media, on the
That is true.
newspaper. Everyone is well informed. The cell phones and all those things. So my take is, I as a parent for now, I don't have a choice
Yeah.
than to go through it
Yeah.
and to tell them the impact and to make it a matter of choice for you what you see it is good about it or not. But I would rather, to me, to tell them about sex now, especially when they're at the age. Yeah, because at the end of the day, at school, everything is being told and nothing is being hidden anymore.
Okay.
Even a 3 years old can easily.
Yeah, understand you. Okay, but now, so you mean you actually tend to tell or educate your children about sexual education,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay. So now, what age do you think is advisable for you to advise or talk to your girl child about sexual education? What age? What age would you encourage other parents to start teaching their children sexual education?
Okay, if it was left to me to educate about sex to a young girl, I will start at the age when the periods.
Okay.
Yeah.
At what age? At what age do you think?
Because now it comes from 10. From that time, it depends on the hormones and all those things. So from that time,
10 years.
yes, they should start at least telling them the change of body,
that's a girl
the
child.
process, and what is going on, and the impact, the consequences, and then that the stages and all those things matters.
Okay, coming from you being a nurse. Okay. What about your son? At what age would you think it's fine for you to start educating your boy child about sex education?
Boys mostly, they end up at the age of 12, then you start seeing them with that hormones, and then they can erect, you can see the semen are already there. So it's better to start also telling them about
at age 12.
At age 12, when the puberty is there already, because you can see I have 12-year-old boys, which I can tell the development is in process, and they need to be aware, not to be informed by others.
So Jackie, sorry to cut you. Have you actually started teaching your boy's child now? Your boy child. I understand you have twins. Have you actually spoken to them about sex education?
Yes.
Even your girl child?
Yes.
Ah, that's good.
In the aspect which I know it's going to be implemented.
Okay.
So I want to be ahead of the implementation.
Exactly.
So that's why I had to go through with them.
That's a good one. That's a good one. it takes us to the last question. What would you do if your daughter comes home with an unwanted pregnancy? So truthfully, what would you do?
I think if my child comes home with unwanted pregnancy, I used to tell her, I will send you hide there in the village where those mosquitoes are.
Okay.
So that they can bite you very well. You
the
can
typical
see
African family.
I grew up.
Okay.
So, but nevertheless, she will give birth to that child.
Okay.
And she will take full responsibility of that baby. Because every baby needs his mother or her mother. Yeah. If she has agreed to have sex and have been a mother at an early age, I will not assume the responsibility for her to be waking up at night to take care of the baby, giving bottles and all those things. That I need to sleep. Sure. I need my rest. Okay. And most especially, she needs to born with her baby. It's not a grandmother baby, it's a mother baby. If a child is not alive, okay, you can take that responsibility that, okay, your daughter is not there, maybe she passed on. That's you can, but if she's alive, she has to
take responsibility.
I can give support, financial support, whenever
spiritual support,
spiritual support. But in case of mother to child, she has to assume clinic. She carry her baby to the clinic and do everything that the child needs for to grow up. But I will send her back to school anyway. If she want back to go to school, she can go back to school when the baby can go to creche.
Okay. Yeah. So now you actually told your child before that you're going to drive her back to the villages to experience the mosquitoes and everything. Yes. What if your son impregnates a girl out there? What would you do?
If my son impregnates a child out there,
of wedlock,
him also will face the same
consequences. That's a good one, Jackie.
The problem with the boy child will be this: like, if I know that I'm used to giving 1,000 rand a month, that 1,000 rand goes to that child. Okay. So if he's big enough to take responsibility
for the child,
then he's going to be responsible for that child, that the child will be well kept, because that's another woman child that you have given that problem. Though it was two-side thing, but I will not support that. If my child has a child somewhere else, then that child is being neglected. Though I will not be able to take that child in, but I will make sure that what he's getting as luxury to be turned up to that child. Yes.
Okay, so Jackie, in other words, I understand you believe so much in sexual abstinence.
Yes.
So, have you in any way taught your children sexual abstinence is the best until marriage?
I have told them in many ways. I can put it to them. Excuse me.
Okay.
I always tell them there are kids that were born with HIV. So when you are going out there, it's not only for sex.
Yes.
Or it's not only for pregnancy. You can get HIV,
sexually transmitted diseases
and STIs.
Yes.
So I always tell them they are children of your age that are long far on ARVs. And they will never tell you, maybe they have never even been told that that is ARVs, they are taking it because they are HIV. And if you go and have sex with them, you can get transmitted. So they are aware of those things. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jackie. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jackie.
Did you hear that? Her daughter will go back to the village to have mosquitoes deal with her. Anyway, let's see what Eric has to say about it.
Hello, Eric.
Hello.
Hi, Jordan. How are you?
Good, and you?
My name is Precious. I'm good as well. I'm from the Art of Conquerors. And we're here to talk about and know your opinion on the topic, sex education. So if you don't mind, we are open to everything you have to say.
Great.
Okay. Eric, if I may ask, what was the worst thing you did as a teenager?
As a teenager, well, there's a whole list.
Oh, okay.
But the worst thing, first thing that come to mind, I think I stole a motorbike. Well, I don't think I know I did.
Oh.
And I worked for 2 or 3 years thereafter, every single week, 3 days a week, to buy the guy a new motorbike.
Wow. What did you do with the motorbike you stole?
Gave it to a friend, and by the time it came back to the owner, it was totally written off.
Right off.
Like, you know, when kids do these kind of things, don't think. But I did work it off.
Interesting. So, okay, if I may ask, what's your take on sex education?
I think it varies from different kids because, you know, different development stages. But with my son, as it comes up, I deal with it.
So you think it's a good thing for
But
them to know?
we haven't really discussed sex education. He's asked me a few things like masturbation or ejaculation, you know, words that probably come from all his friends and, you know, he's heard something, and that's where the curiosity started so far.
Yeah.
But it hasn't really developed too much. But I don't feel I should give him too much information at this stage. Not that he's oblivious to what, you know.
Yeah. Do you think he's not old enough to know certain things?
I don't know. He knows. I think he knows.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Okay. At what age then do you think it's more appropriate for a child to be educated on sex?
Well, I think more on the safety side of the sex would probably remember 13, 14, you know, when they really start having their hormones changing and it's becoming a big peer thing at school or with friends. And he's only 10 years old at this stage, so there's not too much pressure yet. And he's with me all the time, so I fetch him after school. He's always with me. Yes, he's always with somebody responsible.
Okay, that's
He's always been since he's been born.
wow, amazing.
Even my clients know my son, he comes first.
Wow. Great.
Don't worry, everybody's balanced, but
Okay, Jordan. Would it be right for me to say your dad is a role model?
Yes.
Really? So what's that thing you admire about him?
Can you say the question again?
What do you admire about Daddy?
He's intelligent, smart, handsome,
And
single.
it's been a very interesting session. Thank you so much, Eric, for having me. Jordan, thank you for sparing your time. It's
You're
been
welcome.
really
pleasure.
pleasurable.
I hope you learned something.
Oh yes, a lot. Thank you so much.
Can you imagine? His worst experience was stealing a motorbike. Anyway, he had to pay for it. We're working for 3 years just to have it returned to the owner. Okay, so we're visiting Mr. and Mrs. Alika next. Let's see their view on it.
How are you, Mr. and Mrs. Alika?
I'm good, and you?
Fine, thank you, ma'am.
I'm good on yourself.
Fine, thank you, sir. My name is Tina. I'm here to ask you some questions on the topic sex education. Feel free to give me all the answers. God bless you. Please, is there any secret that you've ever kept from your children? What you don't want them to know? Is there any?
I don't have any secret that I keep away from my children because I want them to learn from my past mistakes.
Sir, is there any secret?
No, I don't have any secret.
That's nice.
I always tell them everything. Even the things that I have done that I don't want them to go through that again.
Okay.
So they must learn from me,
Okay.
from my past mistake, what I have done that is no good, so that they will learn. So I always remember, say, oh, this is what I did, this is what I did. I don't want you to go through that.
Nice. Nice. Ma'am, what is your take on sex education?
Sex education.
Yeah.
It's very important that we educate our children
Okay.
on sex.
Okay.
Though this part of the world is different from where we're coming from. I was waiting for my daughter to start seeing her menstrual period before educating her. Unfortunately for me, they taught her in school before I could tell her anything about sex. So even when I was telling her some things, she already knew a lot of them already. So, but it's very important that we educate our children.
Okay. At what age do you advise for one to educate his or her child about sex education?
From 13 years old.
13?
Yes.
Okay, 13 years. Sir, what's your take on sex education?
As parents, we have to educate our children.
Very right.
It's very, very important.
Very, very.
for me, like my boy, if I want to start educating him, I think from 10 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, because 9, 10 years, they know a lot of things already. So I have to start from the beginning. I want to start early.
Mom, how will you feel when your daughter comes home with an unwanted pregnancy?
That's my worst fear.
What if it
I pray it will never happen.
Amen.
I pray it will never happen because it's my worst fear. I always pray to God and I commit my daughter in the hands of God every day. Because sometimes you see these young kids like 13, 15 being pregnant. And I always wonder how is their parents feeling about their daughter. I don't know. I just pray that maybe when it happens, but I pray it will never happen.
Amen.
God will give me wisdom on how to handle it, but I will not be happy.
Okay, let me ask. Will you kill her?
I won't kill my daughter.
Okay. That's nice. Sir, how will you feel when your son goes out and impregnates another girl? 15 years.
Serious.
Very serious.
I will feel very bad.
Uh-huh.
Very, very, very bad. Yeah, but it happens, so there's something I can do. I will call them, 2 of them, and advise them. Yeah, I advise the girl. I advise my son. And the mistake has been made, so we need to move forward. So, how this child, there's no abortion, nothing.
Will you encourage marriage for the 2 of them? Your son 15, the girl 15. Will you encourage marriage?
Marriage? No way. The mistake has been made.
Okay.
The baby will be born, the baby will be delivered, and it ends there. Then it's my responsibility. I will take care of the baby.
Okay.
Nurture the baby. Take responsibility. Maybe for to the girl.
Okay.
And because my boy, he has to go to school.
Sure.
He has to study. So life continue. So the only thing I will do, the child need to be taken care of.
The baby.
They are the baby.
Yeah.
So the baby, I will take care of the baby. Yeah. Responsibility, everything. So then there is no you can't my son cannot get married at the age of 15.
Okay.
So it's not possible.
Okay.
So because he has to go to school.
Okay, sure.
So he had to go to school. So finish his education, go to university. Then after then we can start talking about marriage and stuff.
If he finishes his education, what if he wants to come back to the girl?
Well, if it's the will of God, if
that is what he wants.
If that's what he wants, and if that is the will of God, that is say, okay, we pray to God, okay, this is what they love each other, and God have ordained that marriage to be. Then there's something I can do about it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming.
Worst fear. What's your worst fear? I think it's time to hear from the elderly ones. So, Mr. and Mrs. Shirley, let's hear you.
Good day, Mr. and Mrs. Shirley. My name is Chitu from Act of Conquerors, and we're going to be doing a special section, question and answer about sex education. So just feel free and answer my questions, and before you know it, we are out of here. So, I have some questions here. The first question is, how long have you been married?
We are married for nearly 51 years now.
Wow, that's amazing. This brings me to the second question, which says, how do you deal with your children's curiosity? You know, these children, they can be so inquisitive, and now I know you have grown children. How were you able to deal with your children's curiosity when they were at their teenage age?
Listen, our children,
okay,
they are part of us.
Mm-hmm.
And you must be honest with your children.
Okay.
If there's anything they want to talk about, they must feel free to come to you.
Okay.
And you mustn't hide things for them, because they are part of you. And you must remember that if you give them wrong answers,
Yeah.
they won't deal with life right.
Exactly. This brings us to the third question. What's your take on sex education?
I think it's important. I think
Okay.
it's very important, but in the right way.
Okay.
You know, I know that at schools they dish out condoms.
Whoa!
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I feel that's not the place where they must get something
Like that.
And especially, why? Why do you give a condom to a boy? To tell them that's fine, you can carry on. And I think it's not the right thing to do.
Okay. So, from what you just said, you actually against the fact that schools give out condoms to these children, these underage teenage children. You actually believe more on sexual abstinence.
Yes.
You believe in sexual abstinence.
Yes.
You believe in
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, definitely. And they must come and talk to you about it.
Okay.
And I think we can give them the right answers because they are part of our family.
Yeah.
We are family, and they can see the way me and her is pretending and going on. And then I think in a family environment, it's much easier to talk to your child and give him straight answers.
Yeah.
Tell him about the rights and the wrongs.
Yeah, but you know, something else that I feel is how can you just dish out anything and tell them it's fine? I think you must start from baby time to learn them that this is something that you wait. And keep for the right husband that God will provide to you.
Okay.
Don't go to bed with any.
That's
you know,
a good one. That's a good one.
Something else that I was thinking of now is, you know, they mustn't think sex is ugly or.
Yeah.
You know, they must remember that it is still something that is very special.
Yeah, that's true.
So sometimes the kids can make ugly jokes about it, and that makes it cheap.
That's true. That's a very, very good one. Here we have Charlene and Marlene, who actually believe in sexual purity and abstinence until marriage, which is what we Christians believe in. Despite what other people think and feel. Okay, now, Opa, what do you think? At what age is the right age to start teaching your children about sexual education? What age for your boy child or what age for your girl child?
Listen, I don't think age is connected to it.
Okay.
Because if you live close in a family,
okay,
if your child walk up to you and he said, Daddy, why is there a difference between me and my brother?
Okay.
Then you must explain it to them.
Okay. Okay.
They can be a year, 2 years, 3 years old. But tell them what is the difference and what it is there for. That they know it. They know it. Don't catch them with a surprise.
This is interesting. This is very interesting. So, if I understand you correctly, you believe it's better for us as parents to talk to these children early enough before the world gets to them.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
And another thing, when my daughter becomes involved with a boyfriend, with her first boyfriend, I don't want them to hide it for us.
Yeah.
They must come to our house. And if we have a bride, she can invite her friend and he can see how we as a family live. And even to him I will talk.
That's right.
And yeah.
Interesting section. Okay, the question you just answered, I actually have it here, but since you answered, so I just have to skip it. So you actually encourage your children to bring home whomever they are dating.
Yes.
Okay. At what age do you think is right for your child to bring home a man? Vice versa, or your son to bring home a woman?
I think when they are in school,
okay,
and they get involved with a boyfriend, let's say at the age of 14, 15, don't be shy of it.
Okay.
That is.
Yeah, because they can be friends, and they can have boyfriends without
having any attachment, sexual.
They can be friends. Why not?
Okay. Now this brings us to the last and final question, which says, what would you do if your daughter comes home with an unwanted pregnancy, or your son impregnates a girl out there? What would you do? Would you throw her out, or would you send him out?
But then I think immediately, what did I do wrong? What didn't I tell her? But because there's love in our house and we love her, I won't send her away. I will give her all my support, all my love, and we will walk with her the whole path. The whole period we will stay with her and help her and talk to her and get involved with it. And then even when after the child are born, we will help her to raise that child. Because a child is not a thing that you go and buy in a shop.
That's true.
It's something which God
it's precious,
gave you. And you must look after it.
This is interesting.
And the reason a lot of these things that we are talking about now, when we raise our children, it was
different times.
25, 30, 40 years ago. And times was different. But I see with our grandchildren now, the things with which they come to us. Sadie is 8.
Yeah, that's true.
And I can assure you, she can tell you a lot.
She does.
And she will tell you that Opa and Oma say this, and Mommy and Daddy say this. And you must raise your children in a manner that they know everything about life. And then what they hear at school, they will come and talk to you about it. And you will know if it's right or wrong.
I feel when, thank God, we were spared from that. Our children is married and
with
we
your
didn't
children.
have to go to through something like this. But I feel, who am I to throw stones? If something like that happened to my daughter, I will support her all the way with the father, with the baby, because it can happen to anybody. There's times that you're weak. It's not all of us is very strong.
That's true.
So it can happen. And, you know, I wasn't in that position. So how can I throw stones to them? I must support them. Not that I encourage it, but yeah, I need to support them.
But if in the case where your child, your daughter or your boy child gets pregnant and comes home, would you encourage marriage for the two parties after?
Sure, that's a hard one.
Okay.
It depends on the circumstances.
Okay.
If they are very young and you feel that they they won't cope with it.
Mm-hmm.
I will rather say wait
Mm.
and see if we can bring the child up, and in a year or two's time, maybe they will think that the circumstances change and they might feel they can marry now. But to go into a marriage just because there's a child on the way, I think, an unhappy marriage is not good for a child.
That's true.
So why press your child to go into something like that, and the kids and everybody is unhappy then?
Yeah, but
That's what I feel.
on the other hand, again,
Okay.
he mustn't just think that he can get in his car and off he go,
Yeah.
and he has nothing to do with
No,
that.
he's got responsibility.
He has responsibility. That's how I feel.
Okay.
And if they are in a position that they can raise that child,
Okay.
and they are really in love,
Okay.
Now that's the main
Then-
thing. If there is love,
then I will say, okay, then you can get married.
Get married.
But if there is no love,
forget about it.
then you must forget about it. Because then that poor child, at the end, is going to land even into worse things than that.
That's right.
There must be love involved. And they must feel they are in a position that they can raise the child. And from my side, I will help my daughter. I will help her, even if it's my son. I will help him. But they must just remember to be married. That is not for children. That is for grown-ups, and they must have a whole mind change.
That's a good one. That's a good one. So this brings us to the end of this section, but I just want you to throw more light on parents, how to live with their children, the kind of relationship parents should have with their children. I just want to throw a little bit of light on it. How do you think parents should deal with their children? What kind of relationship do you think parents
You
should
must
have?
have an open conversation with your children all the time.
Okay.
You must be honest with them.
Okay.
Even if they ask you questions about yourself, that's a bit difficult for you to answer. You have to be honest with them. Otherwise, they will find out that you wasn't honest, and they will think that is the norm, you know?
I understand.
Yeah, no, honesty is the main thing.
That's true.
And don't, whatever your children come to you, and they ask you, don't push them away.
Okay.
If it's a difficult thing for you, and you feel you must first talk to somebody else, your preacher will talk to them, go back to your children, and give them the right answers. Give them the right answers. But then on the other hand, if you raise them with God in their life, then I think it will be much easier.
It's like I said the other day, you have to set the example.
Yeah.
And if you take your children from baby time with you to church and to things like that, they will see what is the right way to live. And of course, if there's love in your house, the kids will also want to live like that.
Nice one. Thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. Charlene. It's been a pleasure having you guys. Thank you for having me, and I enjoyed every bit of this interview. Thank you.